So, what I'm gonna do today, I'm gonna show you exactly how I would approach this song in a church setting. I hope you take your time, you take your chair, grab your piano, and then practice along with me. And we're gonna do it section by section. Um, and then I'm gonna show you different ways I would play each section, and at the end I'm probably gonna go through the whole thing. Okay. So so um first of all, let's do the intro, which would be that could be an intro or so okay. I'm actually playing a little too much melody, because if I was actually playing with someone singing, I would probably not play all that melody. Um, um, the Personally, the way I would approach it, I would focus a lot more on harmony, on embellishments, than basically mimicking every single note of the melody. So let's try it again. So so let's okay. I'm gonna try to sing it along with it. Let's get the root, the fundamentals, the root progression. Um, Basically, I it goes at least the way I play it. One, two, three dominant, six, two, five, one, and then the same thing again. Three, six, two, and then you have. So so basically that's a five. You can do a two, five, one, two, three. I would do a four here, and then a three major, three dominant, six, So far, it's I don't know if I'm getting sleepy or I'm hoping you can hear me a little better now because apparently the mic volume was a little low. Okay, and it's night too. So, all right. So let's see what we can do. Basically, um, the song has to grow the way they usually say the song has to grow. So I can't play the every verse the same way, even though I actually it's the same chords, it's the same moves, right? So in the first verse, I basically played just one note per measure, like the right. But now, right now from there, or so, I'm arpeggiating just a little more, so just making it grow instead of da, 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 right. It gets boring at a certain point, right? So right, so uh uh 1 5 1 5 1 sharp. Basically, it's a six dominant, but diminished. So 2 5 2 4. All right. All right. So now let's say I'm getting into the second verse. So right, and instead of the right, it's growing a little bit, right? Right. So so the instead of just doing six, 3 6 6 6 2 5. I mean, that was a little unnecessary, especially this early. But anyways, so da 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 that's a little more appropriate. So basically, I'm just playing a little louder, a little more arpeggiated, more. I don't know. At least you can hear it. You get what I'm trying to say. More rhythmic, I guess. Anyways, so anyways, at least you get the point, right? So yeah, so basically the point is I'm not keeping it the same every time, right? So for example, so 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 So, so basically, that's it's the same thing I was doing earlier. Like I was doing, but this time I do. It's the same move. I just do it a different way, right? So, and also you can feel the difference in energy compared to when I started. Versus right, you can feel the difference, and when you playing they have to feel that difference, right? Even if you playing by yourself, I mean, if you playing in a band, you know, the other instruments, they kind of help a little, especially if you have a drummer, right? They can help you, you know, make it big or make it small, right? But even if you're playing by yourself, if I have just the click track, so and you can also notice at some points I play low. Sometimes I play a lot more notes if I'm playing like this because I'm using right the length of the keyboard. I mean, one thing you don't want to do, you don't want to get in the way of the singer and and doing a bunch of nonsense. But the goal is to accompany whoever you're playing with. So as much as you can do, you do so. And remember, you have a lot to do with creating the atmosphere and creating the vibe that needs to that needs to be there at a certain point, right? And sometimes you can just feel it, right? Sometimes there's a song, I mean, the way the singers are doing it, it's so boring that all you gotta do is right. The chemistry also has to be there. You don't want to be doing like, and then the person singing is like, "Oh, quel parfait bonheur," and you doing all of that, right? The chemistry has to be there too. But it's there's a part there's a part of following what the person is doing. There's a part of also creating the atmosphere. Sometimes when you start, making it big, the person catches the vibe and they go with you. But if you start, let's say for example, let's say I start building it up like that, and then the person singing, they're just like deaf, and they're just doing whatever they were doing. I can say, right. I take it back to a place where it matches whatever the singer's doing. Now, the next thing maybe we want to talk about is making sure you play whatever the decision whatever you decide to play, you play it with intentionality and you play it clean, right? Okay, so the chords are one major, two minor, not really. It's not it's that's basically the one major again, but that's like a passing chord, so it's a dominant, right? Okay, so I can do the, or is it? Basically, I have one. So 1, 2, right? I can do 1, 2, 3 dominant. I can either do regular minor or minor 7. So, I mean, the regular minor sounds better in that case. 2, right? Right, that's one way to do it. So, I mean, you could even do it. So, all right. So I think that sounds good, right? Predominant to the dominant. I'm having on the right hand A flat major 7 to a B flat dominant, right? Right, suspended to resolution, right? Right. So, right? That's a 5, okay? 1, 5. Right? That's a 5, right? 2 minor. 5. That's a 1. You can either do regular. And then, right? It's basically knowing different ways to play the same thing, right? I could do the so right? You don't have to be slave of the melody, which is a good thing, but you don't have to, right? So, or you could do. All right. Right. So that's a different way. So basically this is a G, F, G, and C minor. G, F, G, C minor, right? So, alright. So or the same thing. Or a different way I did it. So I did. So from the 6 minor, B flat, 7 1, B flat, E flat, right? So 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 and then 2 3 4 5 6 7 1. So I have minor 7, right hand I'm basically playing A flat. So left hand, you know what to do, right? You just go up the scale. So 2 3 4 5 6 7 and then 1. So you have A flat, B flat, C minor, B flat, A flat, B flat, and then E flat. So basically, if I were to call it number, in case you want to transcribe it, so it would be 4 5 6 minor, 5 6 minor, 5, and then 1. So it would sound like this. So and then after that I have, right? So on the right hand I did. So 1 4 1 again. That's A diminish, A flat diminish, and then to the 1, right? Right? So basically, if you wanted to play the whole thing like this, you could. So So to go to the chorus. So that's a F dominant. I'm basically playing F on my right hand, and then on my left hand I add the dominant, which is E flat. So I'm having. So basically that's a 2 minor. I'm not even paying attention what notes I'm playing. It just sounds right. So that would be the minor 7. I just add the B flat to that. So apparently it's a F minor 11. So that's the 11. So same thing. The same walk up. So. That's different from. Yeah. All right, so basically, feel the song. That's the bottom line. Feel the song, and whatever you feeling, add that feeling into the song, right? If you're feeling, and by the way, keep that in mind. You don't want to have the song with only highs. When speaking of intensity, only at the same time, you don't want it with only lows, right? It has to fluctuate a little bit. It needs what they would call a climax. It needs to have a climax. Once it reached that climax, it needs to go right back down, right? Um, that's how you play the game. That's how you create emotions for people. And bottom line, the goal is to help people to encounter God, um, and to help them have an emotional experience. Otherwise there would be no need for um, music. There would be no need for chords, for instruments. They would just read the lyrics of the song, right? So that is the emotional component. So that's why you have to be emotional about it. All right. Just make sure you like, subscribe, share it with your pastor, with your MD, with your band members, your fellow musicians, and friends who might be interested in understanding what goes right here when playing.